Hello and welcome back to Mars Horizon, where we lead Japan in the space race. In this episode we'll be focused on completing the last milestone in the game, which is Pluto Flyby. This episode will be in the same format as the previous episodes, but I will be bringing back previous episodes to show all the phases to complete the milestone. Enjoy! We'll do the Voyager payload, got a navigation power. Let's do the power one, increase the build cost, that's fine. Let's go for power and see how well that goes. So let's build that. And let's start getting the Pluto one underway. Okay, so the Pluto Flyby, so -10 build cost for level 0 vehicle parts, but -20% launch reliability for level 0 vehicle parts. Not the best, but active missions, yes. Let's get back to getting the Pluto sorted out. We can reuse a design. We need to use a decent one, which that one looks relatively good. Both 99%. Yeah, that increases the payload, but and also decreases it, but increases the time. Payload, yeah, launch doesn't seem to be a major issue. It's just getting a decent. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Right, the plan will be to use that one in conjunction with possibly that one. Good launch reliability, relatively cheap, and a good build time. So the Mu 5 with the Verne, which does look like a nice looking rocket, same as does the H-II-2, the IIA. Well, it increased the cost and it also increases the build time, so we may as well stick with these two. Give it the advanced, I think that's the best option. Oh, unified engine design. -75% build cost for supplementary boosters. Yeah, well, we haven't got any boosters. I don't think we can even add them to this design. What's that one? Wow, that looks awesome. But no. Stick with them two, and we will put on the absorption. And it's tempted to do that. It does increase the build. Doesn't increase the cost and just goes up by an extra. Yeah, we'll select that content. I think CES Galactic is actually really good, so we can save that design. Yeah, the Virginia is fine. And confirm and build. Okay, Pluto Flyby, maximum mission training bonus increased by 100%. That is good. Okay, so let's focus on the Pluto Flyby. Let's get the payload up. And we'll have to do a December launch. Yep, that's fine, so let's confirm that. And let's continue for the launch for the Pluto Flyby. Okay, so let's launch the mission. And let's go. Yep, 2%. A beautiful night launch, so let's continue. Beautiful launch. How well was it? It was 60%. I mean, it's a shame it didn't get to the positive, but still good. And it's given that the Wyvern some more leveling up, which is fantastic news. Let's continue. Okay, so Pluto Flyby, December 2012. Phase 1. 2012, yep. Okay, enter Pluto transfer orbit. So for this one we need 7 data, 7 navigation and 9 thrust, 13 data and 13 navigation and 18 thrust for the bonus. Comms and navigation for the secondary. So, where to begin? So we need to be focusing on trying to get the thrust done, which we can do by the calculated thrust burn. So we'll have to do all 4 turns of that on the last mission. So we get some extra data and extra comms, navigation and data. So, not a major issue. Yeah, we will need a few more of the data, so that's the one we need to try and get as much as possible. So what can we do? Yes, the power and the comms look pretty good. Got 9 of that as well, so that's really good. So we do some power there. That'll do there. That'll give us a good start in front. Confirm that. It's not bad from 1 power, that's not. The payload is very reliable at 99%, which somehow still fails. Anyway, so we've got a camera focus issue, so we can reduce it by 1 and just get 1 data. I would like to accept that loss. It's not worth it for 1 power, because yeah, it'd be fine. So let's do that again. So this is actually using power here, as I see. Oh, we can afford to do this. So that's why after 2 turns we'll have pretty much what we need for the mission. I'll accept that. It's looking good. Very good. Yep, and there's no drift to do anything with, so it doesn't change. Okay, so we've got 1 power left over. We need to do this command 4 times, so we need to get, I need to get a few more of them all. So, is it worth having a turn of recharging? Possibly. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to get 19 for that one and an extra 4. Yeah, so probably like 17. So we could try and get need to get both of these a bit higher. So I'm tempted to do a whole turn of recharging. Maybe not a whole turn, maybe do 1 turn and get the power. Next turn we can deal with this, and then that should give us enough for the last command to do all the thrust we need. Yep. Okay, that's looking good. So if we now do the cosmic dust analysis, we can do that many times. We could then recharge. I think that should be okay. Yep, that's still good. Okay, not bad, not bad. 2 turns to go. So, yeah, for the last turn, we're going to have to do 5 thrusts, which will then give us the 20 we need. So if they do that, then that'll be the 2 times the 4, which will give the 8 onto the data, plus the 13, which will be 21. So we've got enough of that. And then we'll need an extra 4 on top of the 13 for the navigation. So we've got enough of all the resources that we need. So we should be able to do this now. And then we're done. So yeah, so that'll be the 20, 40, yeah. Confirm that. Perfect. And that should be beautiful. Done. Yep. Okay, so that's phase 1 completed. Let's continue. Okay, yep. So we completed phase 1 of the Pluto Flyby. Okay, so we're back now for the Pluto Flyby, which is the next phase of that mission. So we'll go to active missions. So we're now onto the mid-course maneuvering for the Pluto Flyby. So let's continue. So Pluto Flyby, June 2019, phase 2. So enter, transfer, enter, execute, trajectory correction. Enter, how does that say enter? Execute. Okay, so 9 comms, 9 data, and 3 thrust. We've got a bonus of 18 comms, 18 data, and 6 thrust. Navigation and power for secondary, and we've got to deal with the heat. So precise firm control of the payload is vital to prevent instrument malfunction. Keep heat within operational bounds to avoid a payload failure. Heat will be reduced to 0 at the start of the next turn. So it's got to keep it above 1, and it just goes to 0 at the next turn. So that shouldn't be hopefully too bad. So let's just focus on getting a load of comms and navigation up. So if we use 2 power, would that give us any good? No. So let's get some comms instead. Turn the comms into navigation and heat. Use some power, or use the navigation to do a packet transfer, more heat. Yeah, it's not the biggest commands here, should we say. Okay, we'll try that, see how we get going. Okay, system check, heat is below 0. And go from there. Yeah, so we have got a decaying drift, a decaying thrust. So we just need to make sure we did the 2 commands on this on the calculator for us to the last term. So we've got navigation, so let's get some more packets there. Turn some into data compression. Some more navigation data, so we can do some power there. That seems okay, because we need additional, yeah, I need to try and get a lot of data if we want to go for the bonus. The data seems to be quite hard to get as such. So we could throw some power into the data. Yeah, that seems okay. But I'm concerned that we're going to keep do 2 of that. And 2 com. Yeah. So low energy radiation scan twice, data compression into a low energy radiation scan. Try and keep them both going as best we can. Again, it's not essential to get the bonus, it's essential to complete the mission. And that all looks positive. Yep, lose the heat, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have to do this command twice. So we're going to have to get additional 24 data. So we can't do that anymore because we've lost the power. So we can do. I have to go for this option when we've got enough heat. So let's go for do that command. So that twice. Because once we've got the comms to where we need it to be, we can switch over and focus everything onto data. So that might be an option we go with. But it's still generating enough there. Yeah, generating every command is generating apart from here. So I could do that, focus on that, and then get back onto data. Maybe not. Let's keep everything. Yeah. 16 seems like a good shout. Okay, we've got a fail. It's not the end of the world. If we accept it, we just lose 1 comms. That's fine. It's not worth it spending 1 power. Accept that. Okay. So, just need to try and focus on getting the. If we do that once, it gives us the heat anyway. So that we can forget about heat. We could do with what we're missing there, navigation. So we can spend some there. Yeah, that seems to be a plan. It gives us the heat. We're almost close to the data to get onto the thrust. We've got the navigation. Just need to then, yeah, a little bit more of both. So data compression, ultraviolet imaging, manual thrust adjustment into an ultraviolet imaging, and then we can focus on the last bits on the next couple of turns. All looking positive. Okay, so yep, deal with that. If we then again do data compression to get the heat up and to get the less of the comms we need, turn that back into some comms, and then if we do 2 there, that should do it. So 20 comms for 18, 22 for data for 18, 10 thrust for 6 thrust, and 2 heat. So continue. Yep. Okay, we've got a fail, but we can resist if we need to. Okay, so it basically cost us, yeah, we'll use 1 power to resist that just in case. Yep, accept. Okay, well that's the phase 2 for Pluto Flyby completed with the bonus. Continue. Okay, so that was phase 2 complete for the Pluto Flyby. We've now got 6 years and 6 months to go, so I'll bring you back in at the next phase. So, International Space Station. Installation has expired. Wow. International Space Station has completed its mission. You will no longer receive monthly rewards from this installation. You'll be unable to complete any request missions you have already planned for the International Space Station. Just to recap, just so everyone knows where we are against the other agencies. So, where it looks at the minute, the Mars prep, everyone has completed but NASA. And for the robotic rover, the sample retriever is the same. NASA hasn't attempted it yet. And same for the ground tab. And then for the crewed rover, the only people who haven't completed it is the Russians. So, in the Mars requirement engine habitat, the Chinese have completed it, and ESA is 11 months away for completing their engine habitat. And then the send lander, the ESA is 11 months away from their scheduled launch, and the Chinese are 12 months away from their scheduled launch. And no one has begun planning this yet, planning the crewed Mars landing, and NASA hasn't even researched it yet, so they are quite late into the game. But yeah, no one can actually plan the crewed Mars landing until they at least finish the Mars requirement engine habitat and send lander. So that's where we are with the other agencies. On their readiness though, we have got NASA at 44%, the Russians at 92%, ESA is 100%, and the Chinese are 98%. But to be fair, we are in the, what are we now? Year is September 2025. We're 3 months away from the Neptune flyby to be completed, and we completed the crewed Mars landing in 2015, and the other agencies haven't even nowhere even near close to finishing these. So I think we're quite ahead of the game in respect of the space race. So I think we kind of dominated the other agencies. But like I say, we're going to continue on until the launch. Like I say, we've just got the final phase to do, which is the Pluto flyby for phase 3. So bring you back in a second. Okay, so brought you back in. We've got another pop-up. So we've got Uranus. Okay, so we've got the Uranus Vacation, a popular travel blog imitating articles on Venus and Mercury that featured in and out of print travel magazine. Has written about your recent Uranus flyby mission. The post recommends the planet as a destination for thrill seekers who are willing to brave the coldest planetary atmosphere in the solar system, but be sure to drop by a few of its larger moons. The extreme scraps of Madeira are a mountaineer's dream, which will provide a perfect view of the gas giant's vertical ring system. Bring warm socks. So again, support. Yeah, it would be nice if we can start doing travel to other planets, but maybe in the future. But we'll continue. So we're ready for the next phase of the Pluto flyby. So without further delay, let's continue. And it looks like we should be the first to do this milestone as well, which is even better achievement. So, Pluto Flyby, December 2025, Phase 3. So, initiate data collection. So for the objective we need 13 comms, 13 data. The bonus is 25 comms and 25 data. We've got navigation and power secondary, and we need to deal with the heat. So precise thermal control of the payload is vital to prevent instrument malfunction. Keep heat within operational bounds to avoid payload failure. Heat will be reduced to 0 at the start of the turn, or the next turn. So keep it above 0 and it will be restarted to 0 by the next turn. Yeah, so heat will reduce to 0 at the next turn. So not too bad. So all we need is a minimum of 1 heat then, just to keep it above freezing, which is good. Right, we need to kind of keep our data and yeah, pretty in sync. So we could get some power into navigation and heat. We could then use some of the navigation, or use navigation and heat to get ourselves some additional comms and data as a starting point. We could then use the 2 comms to get ourselves a bit more heat in navigation and comms. Then what have we got here then? Tempted just to use some power and heat. That seems like an option. Keeping them pretty close. So got location extrapolation, packet transfer, geoscopic stabilization, and infrared mapping. I'm not sure if it's the best approach actually. I think there's better ways to get our resources up higher. So we could do that one into that. We could then take that resources and get ourselves some comms and Nope, not that one. That one. Seems like a best shout. Yeah, that's a lot better. 8 and 6 and gives us 2 heat. Okay, so we've got visual spectrum sampling, geoscopic stabilization, data compression, and an infrared mapping. Let's continue. Okay, 83% is good. 98%, so antennas aligned, perfect. Extra data, and another perfect focus for an extra data. That's nice, it gives us 8 and 8 now with them extra bonuses. And yet we'll lose the extra 2 heat generated, which is fine. So going forward, we need to... So we'll use the data compression again. We could then use the gyroscopic stabilization into infrared mapping twice, possibly? Twice seems like an option. So yeah, we'll do the data compression, gyroscopic stabilization, infrared mapping, and twice. I think that should be a good sign. Okay, so far so good. Oh, did I check the heat actually? Yes, so we've got heat, so we had 2. 98, so we've got additional perfect focus. Yeah, I thought we had 2. Perfect. Just a bit concerned there that we had no heat being generated, but it was the last commands. Okay, so we're now 16 for 16, so far so good. So I think we'll do a similar approach again, where if we do a data compression into the gyroscopic stabilization, and then do 2 infrared mapping, which generates additional heat as well. So yeah, data compression, gyroscopic stabilization, infrared mapping twice, and then we'll do 24 and 23, so we're very close to the bonus. So let's confirm. 4% is good, still acceptable. And that's it, we'll get rid of that extra heat for us. Okay, so last commands. Yep, data compression. We're gonna have to do, yep, same approach again. Don't need to do it twice, may as well just recharge. So if we go for the approach of data compression, gyroscopic stabilization, infrared mapping, that'll give us 32 comms for 25 and 25 data for 25 data. We'll have 2 heats, and that's also good because we've got 2 commands left after this, so we'll continue and end the mission there. Okay, so the first one is 55, which is good. Yep, even better. And a 70%. Should give us the heat we need to keep us alive. And that's the mission successfully completed with the bonus. Yep, and we actually got that mission completed first, which is fantastic news. We got the first for the milestone and the extra bonus, so more support and more science. Because we've got a bit short on science, should we say. Continue. Well, that's that completed. So, and again, a quick roundup of the other agencies. So, they've, like I say, they're still looking towards completing the Mars sender. ESA, they're trying to complete the engine habitat, but they haven't completed their send lander, which means no one can even prepare for the crewed Mars landing. And as I say, that, as far as I was aware, was the last milestone. Just have a quick glance just to make sure that's the correct statement. Everything has been completed. Let's say we didn't complete them all first or even in the top 3, but that's not always the essential. We completed quite a few of them first, and yeah, that's it. So that was the last milestone that we could complete, and we did that in December of 2025. That is so with the completion of the Pluto Flyby, this will conclude my Japan Let's Play, which is be on episode 43. I hope you've enjoyed this Let's Play as much as I have. Thank you very much for your support. Please like and subscribe if you like the video and the Let's Play, and I'll see you in my next Let's Play. Bye for now.